Hello everyone, welcome back. So, in the last lecture, we had started something about an important concept, and that concept was something related to the very important resource kind of energies. That means we had started something about the energy resource. This energy resource we had started with a topic called as natural resource. So in this natural resource we had looked forward something called as renewable and non-renewable resource, but as I said that we are going to discuss it in a very brief. Similarly we did it. These resources, that is renewable and non-renewable resources, as we had said, we are going to discuss it in a very detailed study in our coming lectures. But before starting for a renewable and non-renewable source, we had started with one of the major concept, and that concept was called as energy resource. This energy resource which we had started was related to natural energy resource which are available to us for during the complete lifespan for the human being for the utilization, and this resource has a major role for the human existence. So with the start of the natural energy resources, we are going to first move forward with a very powerful concept, and that is called as the forest resource. So today in this forest resource, we will try to cover up the content of our chapter would be what is the meaning of the forest resource. So we will understand what exactly is the idea behind forest resources, what exactly are the questions which can be raised when we talk something about the forest resource. Second thing we will be trying to discuss is about the uses of forest resources. Like we know only the part that forest resources are being utilized at a major cost. That means one of the major part which gives economy to the human existence, to the human life, is nothing else but a forest form. So this forest form we will be studying it in ample of patterns. The third thing we will be covering up is reason for the depletion of the forest resource. Of course, you might be knowing one such reason is that human economy has a development because of the forest, and this could be one more reason for the depletion of the forest. But we are going to revise more some reasons behind these depletion effects. Also, we are going to look forward for what would be the adverse effect when the forest resources are depleting itself, and how can we conserve this method. That means the forest resource should be conserved. ये हम बार बार बोल रहे हैं, हम बार बार ये डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, बट कैसे करना चाहिए ये हम डिस्कस नहीं कर रहे. सो बेसिकली आइडिया हमारे पास होता है कि फॉरेस्ट रिसोर्सेज को कंजर्व करने के लिए हमें सिर्फ और सिर्फ चाहिए वो होता है कि ट्री प्लांट किया जाए. बट कैन वी इमेजिन दैट दीज फॉरेस्ट रिसोर्सेज आर नॉट ओनली द रिसोर्सेज विच कैन बी प्रिजर्व्ड और विच कैन बी कंजर्व्ड बाय प्लांटेशन. Maybe some other patterns are also there due to which this conservation of forest resources is possible. So we are going to look forward for this part also. So let's start. The first question which arises to us is that what exactly do you mean by the forest resource? So you should always have a question in the mind when you start something regarding the exact study of particular resource. And the first question you should have always is regarding forest resource. Why do I call or what do I call something as a forest resource? Okay. So forest resource basically means a biological diversity, a rich biological diversity of flora and fauna. Okay. So it is something related to a special place where you can find a good quality, a biological diversified life system of flora and fauna. And let me tell you, India is one such rich place where you can find an ample of flora and fauna. It is rich in biological diversity. We have many such places. You go for the north or you go for the south, anywhere in the direction of the country part, you can find that we have a good quality of diversified living species in our India. But are we really trying to preserve these life systems is a big question which is arising right now. Reason is because these forest resources are renewable natural resources. So if you remember what I told about you in the last lecture, something about the renewable resources, It is one kind of natural resource which you can get easily from the nature. So you people do not have to go for extraction, reutilization, and then further carrying forward with this process of conversions. Rather, these resources, which are natural in itself, can be obtained very easily without any disturbance from the nature itself. The second thing which we discussed about the renewable form, natural resource, is that it is easily available and it can be used easily also. That means you do not have to work on that particular resource for your utilization. You can directly use the wood, you can directly use the vegetation, you can directly use the food, you can directly use the seed, etc, etc. So there is ample of variety which you can make available for the human existence and economy from this forest resource. So it is one of the renewable natural resource. You have to keep this point in your mind very firm. The next important thing you should keep in mind about the forest resource is that India is being declared to have around 33% of the land under should be a forest area. But we people are lagging behind it and we only have 12% of land area. And why is it happening is just for a basic reason that we are economically developing, right? India is a part of economically developing, and because we are economically developing, that means the country needs something called as products, goods, which should be serving the people, and this service should be given to the people with the help of the forest industry or forest resources, and then provided to the development of the country. So it is directly and indirectly both connected to each other. For example, let me clear one thing. When you talk something about the forest resources, we usually talk about the uses of the forest resources, where and when to use. So the very first use is it is one kind of resource which is rain bearing, which has a wind bearing capacity. Okay, ये हमने last time में discuss किया था जब हम हमारा पहला chapter discuss करे थे. So we had a concept in mind that if there is lack of forest, there is a lack of rainfall because there is a lack of precipitation. So similar goes over here. जितना फॉरेस्ट एरिया कम होगा उतना ही प्रेसिपिटेशन कम होगा, रेन बेयरिंग कैपेसिटी कम हो जाएगी. This is one part. But the second part should be importantly kept in mind that it is one of the area. That means a forest is one kind of area which increases your moisture content. That means it helps the organism, maybe it is an animal or it is a human being or it is any such larger or smaller kind of organism which is surviving on the earth, to be there. So that is the major part of a forest resource. वो moisture capture करके रखता है. जिस moisture को अगर capture करके रखने की capacity होगी तो वो सिर्फ forest land area में होती है. सोचो अगर forest land area काट दिए जाए and it becomes a barren land area, how can you find a food vegetation, a good vegetation or a good quality of products in that particular area? Rather, it will become impossible for that area to produce such good kind of content. And henceforth, you should always be clear that it is a moisture content capturing capacity of forest resource into the environment. Okay. The next one is it helps to create and change the climate. दैट मीन्स आपके क्लाइमेट को बैलेंस करने का काम अगर कोई करता है तो वो होता है फॉरेस्ट रिसोर्सेज. फॉरेस्ट रिसोर्स जितनी अच्छी तरह से मैनेज कर पाता है किसी भी क्लाइमेट को मेंटेन करने के लिए, वो दूसरा कोई नहीं कर पाता है. लेट इट बी अ वाटर रिसोर्स, लेट इट बी अ सोलार रिसोर्स, एनीथिंग. बट व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ फॉरेस्ट रिसोर्स? फॉरेस्ट रिसोर्स हर एक जो क्लाइमेट चेंज होता है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल कंसिडर दैट इट इज अ समर सीजन and if you have very less content of water in your earth, of course it will be a cause for the global warming, right? but अगर उसी जगह पे अच्छी तरह से अगर फॉरेस्ट लैंड एरिया होगा तो वो वाटर होल्डिंग कैपेसिटी बढ़ जाएगी. बारिश के दिनों में जो भी पानी उन्होंने होल्ड किया था रूट्स ने पेड़ के, इट विल बी देयर इटसेल्फ इन द लैंड एरिया विच विल नॉट हीट अप द लैंड and in turn it will result into the human existence. मतलब आपका टेम्परेचर, आपके एरिया का टेम्परेचर कंट्रोल में रहेगा फॉर द रीजन बिकॉज फॉरेस्ट इज ट्राइंग टू कंट्रोल द टेम्परेचर विच इज कमिंग डाउन बैक टू द अर्थ. So it is one of the climate condition controller. The important next point is it is major role having a major role in flood controlling. Okay, so for example, if you go for the researches of these related such kind related of topics, you will find that there are special kind of plants which are being planted. Okay, for example, these are the shrub. They are basically a shrub kind of plants which are being placed on the sea coastal areas. So we find that there is a coconut plantation in a lot. That is true, but right now the studies have been claiming that if you want to control the flood, you should actually try to place some kind of shrubs in the area where you find excessive flooding every year. So what happens? This flood actually is being controlled by the shrub by controlling the flow of the water and reversing it back into the sea area or the water body area, from wherever the water is trying to come inside the city area. So that is one part which is helpful for the forest resource areas. सबसे बड़ा पार्ट होता है जो हमने पहले भी डिस्कस किया था, दैट अगर सॉइल इरोजन होता है, दैट मीन्स लूजनिंग ऑफ द सॉइल, जिसकी वजह से मिट्टी खिसकना शुरू हो जाती है, जिसे हम एक्चुअली लैंडस्लाइड के वर्ड से पॉपुलरली पहचानते हैं. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज सॉइल इरोजन. बिकॉज देयर इज अ फ्री फ्लो ऑफ वाटर एवरीवेयर ड्यूरिंग द रेनी सीजन, यू शुड हैव प्लांट्स विच कैन होल्ड द वाटर. लैंड अपने आप वाटर होल्ड नहीं कर पाता है, रादर वो होल्ड किसके वजह से करता है? तो इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द प्लांट विच हेल्प्स देम टू होल्ड द वाटर. It is the roots of the plants which help the water to remain there itself in the soil. So it is one of the major playing part in soil erosion process. It is one of the major part for flow of the water into the form of streams also. Reason is because water when absorbed into the water, it is like a sponge. Okay, so earth is like a sponge, consider, and this sponge is taking in the water. How much can this sponge control the water? To a limit, right? And what is the role of the trees over here or forest over here? Now they will be converting this water. That means if a particular area of a particular land area is given with a lot of water, what will happen? The plant which is present over there, it will try to divert the water, and they will create something called as a large quantity of water bodies they will create. So it will either form into a streamline or a river flow line, etc, etc. Okay, so this is one part कि forest land area जितना ज़्यादा अच्छा होगा उतना ज़्यादा उसका depth, पानी का depth बढ़ते जाएगा. That means water resource का जो source होता है, storage source होता है, वो बढ़ जाएगा. And this will in turn create a part which is called as a water holding capacity of the land. This offers also a very nice kind of vegetation जो हम usually centuries में देखते हैं, या फिर वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरीज जिसे हम कहते हैं, या फिर zoological garden या botanical garden जिसे हम कहते हैं. It is one of the part of forest resource. So if you want really something which is exotic in nature, which is very rare in nature, which is very extreme in nature for its some kind of features, for example, some flowers they bloom at very rare period. Okay, some flowers they have a very typical or a peculiar kind of a smell. On another hand, some plants or some trees they have a particular kind of aroma. For example, let's see that in India especially there are some kind of plants, especially in the side of Kerala. You can find that these plants are having a particular kind of aroma. So basically the plant is not having an aroma, the parts of the plant is having an aroma, and this is basically developing for your forestry area, developed in the forestry area, which provides the revenue. Okay, revenue in a sense, it provides a good economy for the country. Just look at the example. For example, if we go for the southern part, especially in the Kerala, or for that case if we go for the Sri Lanka for a major part, you can find that there is a good quality of wood which is available, and this wood is available for different kind of furnishing material. For example, they can be used for maybe a paper making, or maybe it can be used for the plywoods or timbers for furnitures, toys, sports, etc., etc. So that is one kind of revenue which is given to the government. The second kind of revenue which can be obtained from this forest resources is, for example, consider that you are providing some kind of wood which can be used for different materials, for example instrumentation, or for that case boats, trucks, bridges, or for that case maybe a railway sleepers also. So that is one kind. So it again, you're giving something called as economy to the government. The next important economy which you can provide to the government is through fodder material. For example, जैसे हम भेड़ बकरियों के लिए खाना तैयार करते हैं, that is a fodder material which you can obtain from the forest resource also. Or for that case, you can also have a good quality of revenue through the material which is actually considered to be a minor product. Okay, so ये बहुत माइनर क्रिएट किया जाता है या माना जाता है, बट एक्चुअली इट इज वन ऑफ द मेजर सोर्स फॉर द रेवेन्यू और इकोनॉमी फॉर द गवर्नमेंट. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, थिंक अबाउट the products such as you get from the forest called as resins, rubbers, or tannins, or medicines. For that case, for example, in medicines you have eucalyptus, tulsi, then you have nilgiri. These are good quality products which can be easily available, and they can be also giving you the revenue for the government. Also for that case, we have such products, for example katha. Then we also create some insecticides, pesticides from the forest resources also. Also we create camphor, जिसे हम कापूर के नाम से भी जानते हैं, या फिर different kinds of smell oriented oil, for example rosemary oil or sandalwood oil or khas oil, which actually gives you a beautiful aroma. और for that case इकोनॉमी में दूसरा और एक हो सकता है, for example different kinds of cooking oil. Spices are generated. These spices can be used in our regular kitchens and also can be transported outside. So that is one major part. Also, the forest resource provides you with a good quality of revenue from the products such as wax, then silk. For example, you can go with Munga silk or Tussar silk, which is a very good quality production in India. Then you can have a good quality of honey. You can have a good quality of featured horns, then shikakai, soap products, etc., etc. So if you go for it is limitless. That means forest resources are working for us and providing us the revenue which is limitless. You can't count on how much a forest can give you and provide you. Okay, so that is one part. Next one, because जैसे हमने बोला था it is providing the revenue for the government, we can also think about it that it is providing the employment for the human beings also. That means consider if a people are working on a particular kind of oil, like we had discussed that rosemary oil or khas oil or sandalwood oil for that case, or maybe they are working in a silk firm companies. So ये कैसे तैयार होगा? अपने आप तो तैयार नहीं होगा. So you have to take care about the plants. For example, a particular kind of honey, if I want to extract it out, तो honey भी आके हमें तो honey नहीं देने वाली. So you have to take care of that honey. Especially you have to take care of the plant. Reason is because in that particular area only that particular quality honey will be obtained. Okay, so honey also has its own quality. If you look back into the studies of honey, you will find that it is having a differentiation. Particular kind of honey is good, particular kind of honey is not that good, or maybe having a less quality of goodness. So that is a comparison which is made, and this is provided with the help of the employment. So employment बहुत अच्छी तरह होता है. Again one example for let's take for granted that if I'm preparing some kind of spices. Okay, for example if I need some spices such as clove, जैसे कि हम जिसे लौंग कहते हैं. So if I need these cardamom, clove or black pepper, or for that case any other kind of spices, what I have to do, I have to employ a person for it, right? So I will get this particular kind of spices. They will be there available at the forest resources easily, but someone needs to pick it up for me. For example, let's take a very simple example which you can find around there in your areas or in nearby you, which might be one of your favorite. For example, coffee. So coffee is one such kind of example which is being providing employment for a large number of people. Reason is because coffee have different kind of flavors. So there is, you should keep in mind that the forest area which is of the coffee is having a very typical nature. So you have to control the forest area, you have to maintain the forest area, you have to look forward that the plant cannot get destroyed or there is no harmful effect on the plant of the rain or heat or any wind condition. You have to look forward for it. Then you have to look forward that whatever the beans are being generated, that is coffee beans are being generated, you have to take it out at the proper time. You have to put it into a proper service, that is drying process, etc, etc. That means you are providing a good quality of employment to the larger number of people. So that it creates something major effect on the employment process also. But again, a question arises, the same which I asked for the very first time, that exactly are we trying to protect our resources or forest resource? The answer to this question would be no. Rather, we are depleting the forest resources. This forest resource is utilized at a larger number by the human beings, so much so that in different forms that we are rather trying to leave the forest in a barren form of a land. Okay, and few of the reasons for this depletion is that humans are creating the area of humanization, that is civilization, or they are entering into the forest land area and henceforth they are cutting down the forest. So the forest land area is cut down and it is created into a barren land, and now we are creating buildings, complexes over there. So that is one of the major drawback. The second thing, because we want commercial, that means we want more money. So beforehand we are trying to cut down the plant products. For example, the timber, or from which we can get the good quality of plywood. So that is one part due to which large amount of forest land area of timber is being cut down every day. Similarly, go for the chandan plant. So for the extraction of the chandan oil or that chandan extract, maybe a powder form or cream form, we are actually cutting down the plant to a larger extent because we want money. Second thing is because agricultural land itself is getting very less. We people are creating a huge buildings on the agricultural land only. So we are trying to cut down the forest and enter into the forest and create agriculture over there. Now that is very mischievous thing, that you are cutting down the forest and you are creating the agriculture, and on an agricultural land you are creating a building. So that is again a very negative part for the forest area. Next one, it is very partly responsible that natural resources, okay, that means natural sources. For example, I can go with wildfires. Okay, so last year we had two major wildfires, and one biggest example of wildfire is of Amazon wildfire. So that is one more reason for the depletion of forest. Or maybe sometimes you can find that all of a suddenly some kind of insect attack is there, some kind of disease is there which attacks on the forest, and because this forest land area is having one typical kind of particular species. For example, let's discuss with example. So let's go with a timber plant. So if a complete forest area is planted with a timber plant, okay, and if there is a disease which is affecting the timber plant, so you can just imagine that not only a single plant but all the plant which is there of timber will be affected. So in turn, that is one of the natural part which is causing the depletion of the forest resource. And of course, when we talk about the depletion of forest resource, you should have a major part, that is what could be the effect of this forest resource on the human health. Now, when we are there, that means we human are there, we always consider or we always look forward for every resource from the positive and negative side. That means हमने देखा कि हमारे यूज में क्या आ रहा है, तो हमने ये भी देखने चाहिए कि what are the effects अगर फॉरेस्ट डिप्लीट हो जाता है, अगर फॉरेस्ट कम हो जाएंगे तो सबसे बड़ा इफेक्ट किसे होगा? तो सबसे बड़ा इफेक्ट ऑफ कोर्स होने वाला है सिर्फ और सिर्फ ह्यूमन बींग्स को, बिकॉज ह्यूमन बींग्स आर डायरेक्टली एंड इनडायरेक्टली कनेक्टेड टू एनवायरमेंट एंड हेंस वो सबसे बड़ा इफेक्ट किस पे होने वाला है? तो वो है ह्यूमन बींग्स से। सबसे पहला इफेक्ट तो होने वाला है, दैट इज अ राइज इन टेम्परेचर। ओके, टेम्परेचर काफ़ी ज़्यादा राइज हो रहा है, इसका एक रीज़न है कि ट्रीज कम हो चुके हैं। ऑफकोर्स रेनफॉल कम हो रहा है, उसका रीज़न है बिकॉज अगेन ट्री कम हो चुके हैं, सो प्रेसिपिटेशन कम हो रहा है। सॉइल इरोड हो रहा है, सो सॉइल इरोजन अगर आपको देखना है तो यू कैन फाइंड इन दिस पिक्चर, दैट मीन्स यू कैन फाइंड द सॉइल इज कमिंग डाउन, that means it is having a less capacity of holding the water. You give us there is a small amount of rainfall in this particular area and landslides होना शुरू हो जाता है. So that is because the number of the trees which should be present over here is not that much. It is rather very less. जितने ज़्यादा ट्री अगर होते तो उतना ज़्यादा उनका रूटेशन हो जाता और वाटर होल्डिंग कैपेसिटी बढ़ जाती और मिट्टी खिसकती नहीं या फिर लैंडस्लाइड नहीं होता. नेक्स्ट वन, काफ़ी ज़्यादा फ्लड आना. So there are examples. For example, we have gone through the example of the past years for Kerala, Assam. So there are ample of examples where you can find that the floods are coming and going. Bombay is one such example where you can find that the flood is now and then. So you can't say directly flood areas are being created in the Bombay areas, Mumbai areas, but you can find that the water clogging, water choking is there. So that is one more reason, because they do not have plant area, they only have something called as the building. So पानी कहाँ पे जाएगा? The water is getting actually choked in the area and that is one more reason. नेक्स्ट वन, सॉइल प्रोडक्टिविटी कम हो चुकी है. सो ऑफकोर्स यहाँ से पता चलता है कि अगर सॉइल स्लाइड हो रहा है, खिसक रहा है थोड़े से रेन के साथ में, तो दैट मीन्स उसका प्रोडक्टिविटी कम हो चुका है. प्रोडक्टिविटी कम होना या दैट मीन्स ऑल्सो दैट उसमें लाइफ एग्जिस्टेंस की होल्डिंग कैपेसिटी अब कम होते जा रही है, जिसकी वजह से आपको वैरायटी ऑफ प्लांट्स या फिर डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ एक्सोटिक प्लांट्स जो हमें पहले मिलते थे वो अब नहीं मिल पाएंगे. उसकी वजह से इन टर्न यू विल बी अनएबल टू सी एक्सोटिक एंड डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ एनिमल्स ऑल्सो. So there will complete imbalance actually. When you go for something like this, you can find there is a complete imbalance of complete environment. So you go with only one part of forest resource and you find that complete ecosystem is disturbed. So of course you should have a solution for it also, right? And how to give a solution for it? So like I said in the very first part of my starting of the lecture that I should plant a tree. So that is one area where I can conserve the forest. So that comes into the term called as reforestation and afforestation. Okay, so that is one part. So आप पेड़ फिर से लगा सकते हो, आप फिर से लैंड एरिया ऐसा तैयार कर सकते हो जहाँ पे फॉरेस्ट लैंड एरिया अच्छी तरह से डेवलप हो जाए. So that is called as reforestation and afforestation. आप वाइल्ड लाइफ फायर्स को कंट्रोल कर सकते हो. यू कैन ट्राई हार्ड. रीजन इज बिकॉज द रीसेंट स्टडीज हैव शोन दैट द अमेजन रेन फॉरेस्ट में जो वाइल्ड फायर क्रिएट हुआ था, इट वॉज नॉट अ नेचुरल काइंड ऑफ वाइल्ड फायर. इट वॉज अ मिसचिफ डन बाय अ ह्यूमन बीइंग. सो इट वॉज क्रिएटेड बाय ह्यूमन एंड दे गेव अ स्मॉल हेल्प. With the help of small fire stick, it started all and burnt up all the Amazon rainforest. So it is a very bad idea. So you can control the forest area from the fires. Of course, सबसे बड़ा अच्छा तरीका होता है जो यूजुअली हम लोग करते हैं हमारे एरियाज में या फिर हमारे घर में, that is regulated cutting. Do not cut down the plant completely. Okay, regulated cutting means you have to only cut down the branches of that plant. Do not destroy the plant from the root itself. Rather, what you should do when it is a rainy season, you should cut down the plant, only the branches of the plant. Because if you cut down the branches of the plant, it will regrow with double the rate. So if you look forward for a plant and if you have observed it, you have seen that if you cut a branch, it bifurcates. Okay, it regrows into two parts more. So if you cut single branch, it will regrow into two branches. So that is the good way of creating and conserving your forest. You should always conserve this forest areas, especially which are in mining areas. So ये बहुत ज़्यादा important हो जाता है, because अगर mining areas में forest areas कम हो जाएंगे तो it will in turn affect on your ozone layer. And we know very well that if the ozone is having a problem, humans will directly have a problem. Now this problem can be either directly in a form of a radiation which comes to earth, or maybe it can be get converted into a form of a particulate material, for example in a form of a acid rain. So that is one more biggest problem of in the mining area. So you should always try for conservation in the forest areas, because if you conserve, you can find somewhat a kind of development in the areas of natural parks sanctuary. So जैसे हमने देखा था कि there is a part where we can find different variety of species of animals, of flowers, of plants, of vegetation, microorganism. It's beautiful. And where do we find all these things? It is nothing but a national park or a sanctuary. So if you want to see such good kind of development in your environment, you have to protect it. So you can go for a small kinds of helpful projects. For example, you can create your own seed banks. That means people can come together and you can just make some kind of rare seeds bank, so the people can purchase over there, or you can just freely distribute, or you yourself can plant these seeds to regrow some kind of exotic plants. For example, when I'm saying something about exotic plant, you should keep in mind orchids are one kind of exotic plants, flowers. So it has a very good quality of price value. So it also provides a revenue as well as it provides something which is called as exoticness. So because it is different, you can place these seed banks. So it is very good kind of role in government revenue also. So we had seen something in this lecture, something related to the forest areas. In the next lecture, we are going to see something about this same part, that is forest resources, but in a different manner. Now this different manner something means that we are going to look forward for the part called as deforestation. So before looking forward into deforestation, I hope you people should go into and study very clearly something about the forest area, forest conservation, its uses, its benefits, how does it affect directly or indirectly on the human life or any living organism which is present on the earth life system. So till we meet for the next time, study hard.